Coming up on Juice and Java, Senior Correspondent Emily Karp tells us what we can do on wellness days.
And Senior Correspondent Darasha Singleton shares the story of a student entrepreneur.
And Yaw Bonsu will join us in studio to talk about The Bachelor.
All this and more starts right now.
I'm Carmella Boykin.
And I'm Britt. Thanks for starting your morning with us.
Let's kick things off with the squeeze.
Proud to be orange? Then this week is for you. Monday kicks off the annual Forever Orange Week.
The week-long event will feature virtual programming, community service projects, and events designed to bring the Orange family together. Highlights include a virtual 5K, a Women's History Month panel, and a lecture from Niall DeMarco, a deaf activist and model.
And what better way to highlight what it means to be orange than celebrating on March 24th, the university's 151st birthday, as she was also asking people to post photos wearing their favorite Syracuse orange gear on social media using the hashtag #BeOrange.
Now, Caleb, we have a lot of really exciting events happening this weekend. Is there any one that you're specifically most excited for?
I think the 5K, because I feel like it's going to be a great time just to relax. You can walk it, run it, get some fresh air, and just be one with nature.
Absolutely. Yeah, this weekend is supposed to be beautiful too. I'd have to say I'm really excited for the Niall DeMarco lecture. I loved him on Dancing with the Stars. I loved him on America's Next Top Model. And he's a fantastic activist too. He does so many things.
Yes.
And New York just announced reopening rules that will allow more people to attend indoor and outdoor events.
Starting April 1st, large outdoor performances and sports will allow a 20% capacity limit, and indoor sports will be open with 10% maximum capacity.
Either a negative COVID-19 test or proof of vaccination will be required to attend the large events. Governor Cuomo says capacity limits may be increased when COVID-19 cases fall.
For now, reopening rules only apply to bigger venues and crowds, but guidelines applying to smaller venues will eventually follow.
So what kind of events, when these guidelines start to lift, are you most looking forward to?
I have to say I would love to go and see a Beyonce concert. Queen Bee. I want to see you live, Queen.
Absolutely. I'm so excited for when music festivals become a thing. If Beyonce could do another version of Coachella, that would be
amazing.
Absolutely fabulous.
A dream come true, literally.
For sure. I'm also really excited for Billie Eilish. I've never seen Billie Eilish in concert, of course, so I think she'd be a really cool person.
It'd be a really good show.
Absolutely.
A deal is currently in the works for the U.S. to give vaccines to Canada and Mexico. 4 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine could soon be sent to the two bordering countries.
The AstraZeneca vaccine has not yet requested emergency use for approval in the United States. However, the vaccine has been approved in Canada and Mexico.
The United States is currently far ahead of other countries in terms of vaccinations, with over 12% of the population vaccinated, while Canada and Mexico are each under 2%.
This deal represents the U.S.'s first effort at vaccine diplomacy as we try to build global immunity to COVID-19 as soon as possible. And following the murder of 8 Asian women in Atlanta, President Biden and Vice President Harris have spoken with Georgia officials and Asian leaders. This to discuss action against racially motivated violence in the U.S.
On Friday, the president delivered a speech in Atlanta to provide a look on the racial discrimination the Asian community has experienced since the beginning of the pandemic.
President Biden stated hate can have no safe harbor in America. It must stop. On social media, Vice President Harris tweeted, "We won't be silent, we won't stand by." And moving internationally, the 2021 Tokyo Olympics will be held without any international spectators. The Olympic Organizing Committee says this is to prevent the continual spread of COVID-19 and virus variants from across the world.
All tickets purchased by overseas residents will be refunded. The president of the Tokyo Committee says while the games will be completely different from the past, the essence remains the same. The Olympics are set to begin July 23rd.
And back in the U.S., here in New York, it was absolutely gorgeous walking into the studio.
Yes.
After days of cold weather, it was so nice. It was beautiful, it was clear.
My jacket was too big. I'm not sure why I wore my big jacket, but I was regretting it once I got in the studio. Why? It's so nice outside.
Absolutely. Here to tell us what we can expect for the rest of the weekend is our weather anchor, Walker Simmons. Walker?
Guys, you are right. This morning, walking into studio, not only was it nice out, clear skies. We're not seeing anything in the sky. This picture right behind me was from this morning walking to Citrus right outside Ernie Davis. I mean, look at that. Blue skies. The grass is already starting to get green, and we're sitting at a nice 41 degrees, and that's only us waking up. That's our waking up temperature, around 41 degrees. Later this afternoon, we're going to see things go even higher to around 59. We could even break into the 60s. It's going to be very warm. It's going to be a great time to get outside and enjoy this craziness of basketball as well as some great weather. Now, moving into this afternoon, temperatures, of course, are going to dip just a little bit, but wind is also going to dip. So today we're going to be battling a little bit of some colder breezes coming through and kind of changing the temperatures just a little. But this afternoon, 39 degrees with 2 to 5 mile per hour winds. That's nothing. And you might be getting a nice sunset like this. I mean, the same spot, and look at that. Wow, orange sky. We're going to be seeing a lot of great temperatures. And that's not just us. Look across the map here. I mean, we're starting, of course, with 41 degrees. We've got it pretty nice, and so does Fulton. But everyone's starting to go up. Elmira, Binghamton here, pretty cold. But that's about it right now. I'll jump into what to expect more this weekend later on in the show. Guys?
Thanks so much, Walker. An orange sky for the orange. That would be absolutely fabulous tonight.
Perfect. Looking forward to some activities for sure.
And peeking into the 60s too. That would be really nice for a walk. I'm really looking forward to getting outside today.
For sure. And after the break, senior correspondent Emily Karp breaks down SU's first wellness day.
Plus, senior correspondent Darasha Singleton tells us about a new student clothing line.
Stay with us.
We're 5 minutes to air, people. Where's Otto? Bert, I told you, just text him. Who is that? Still looking for Otto. Nick, really? Adam, he's in the lobby.
Show tonight.
Okay, don't care? Find Otto. Otto, we've been looking for you. Thank you so much for coming to our show. Now, will someone please put a mic on him? Places.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. This semester, we don't have a spring break, but we do have a wellness day, and our first wellness day is on Tuesday.
Yes, senior correspondent Emily Karp is in studio to tell us what fun activities SU has planned to get your mind off work.
Following midterms and the recent spring weather, many Syracuse University students, including myself, are longing that spring break, usually right around the corner. Spring break, typically in mid to late March, was canceled this year due to complications from the COVID-19 pandemic, causing a 2-week postponement of classes. Instead of spring break, Syracuse University previously planned wellness days throughout the semester to help separate the long semester. This Tuesday, March 23rd, marks the first wellness day on campus. And even though students might find this day as an opportunity to complete work, the university advises students to actually take this day to themselves and treat it like a break. In order to maximize your wellness day, SU has previously planned many events throughout the day to help ease your mind. Some of these events include a yoga class, a pet therapy session, a hike at Green Lake State Park, an origami class, ice skating lessons, and many more that are listed on this SU calendar. In addition to the events that SU has scheduled, I would also suggest catching up on sleep, using the gym, practicing mindfulness, or taking the day to do something that you might not have had the opportunity to do. At the moment, Tuesday is actually looking a lot like spring. Sunny with a high of 66 degrees, so I would definitely take the day to be outside. Though this is meant to be a fun and relaxing day, SU reminds students to continue practicing social distancing and only gather when completely necessary. If you would like to register for any of the SU pre-planned events, go to the Syracuse University calendar under March 23rd.
Now, Emily, can you tell us a little bit more about the sunny day and what are some of the activities students should be taking advantage of while the warm weather lasts?
Yes, of course. So it is supposed to be a high of 66 degrees, like I said, completely sunny throughout the day. So although, like I said, many students will want to take this day to catch up on work, I really suggest maybe going on a run, a walk, even taking your lunch break to sit outside and eat on the quad.
And this day's in the middle of the week, so do you think students will actually take advantage of this day or just do work?
Yeah, so this is a tough one. I really think that a lot of students will take this opportunity to do work. It is in the middle of the week, like you said. But I really hope that students do take this opportunity to be outside, especially because the holidays are coming up. So this is a great opportunity.
Our correspondent Emily Karp. Emily, thank you so much. Now, over quarantine, a lot of people have picked up new hobbies, new activities, and things that they've done. One Syracuse senior has turned her quarantine hobby into a small business.
Our Juice and Java senior correspondent Darasha Singleton has the story.
After just starting out as a quarantine hobby, Tasha Gettin released her knitwear line.
I had a couple knitting needles in my house. So I was like, I'll just try this. What's the worst that can happen? I always wanted to have a child named Scarlet Button. That was what I always wanted to name, something.
And about a year later, Scarlet Button was actually born.
I kind of started thinking about maybe selling some stuff that I had been making, and Scarlet Button just popped right back into my head. And so I sew a little red button on everything, and that's where Scarlet Button came from. So it kind of started out, my first project ever was a large, little bit messy blanket made from different colored squares.
Since then, the business has evolved into knitwear clothing.
So it's mostly like crop tops, crop sweaters, little things that you could pair with really anything. You could wear it to a brunch and wear it all day to the club at night is kind of what I like to say.
As the basketball team manager, a member of the figure skating team, and now also a small business owner, Gettin says that time management is one of her strong suits.
It's been a lot, but I've never been someone that likes to sit still.
Gettin says that the business has been on an uprise since the recent release.
It only dropped this past Saturday, so it hasn't been too long, and it's actually grown a lot quicker, and we've done a lot more sales than we thought we would.
Gettin says the best way to check out Scarlet Button is on social media.
You can follow us on Instagram and keep up with all our new drops and what we're doing on there. And pretty much the format right now is DM for purchase. So if you see something you like, just DM the account that you want to buy it, and it'll be in your hands within a couple of days.
And some advice that Gettin left us with is one of the best things that you can do is turn something you love into a profit. I'm Darasha Singleton reporting for Juice and Java.
Thanks so much, Darasha. They are serving looks. Those
yes,
are fabulous.
I love it. Right in time for the season, too.
Oh, for sure. When we come back, Caleb and I try and relax a little bit and do some yoga.
Yes, stay with us.
We're 5 minutes to air, people. Where's Otto? Bert, I told you, just text him. Who is that? Still looking for Otto. Nick, really? Adam, he's in the lobby.
Cassandra, Bayheim isn't going to be able to make the show tonight.
Okay, don't care? Find Otto. Otto, we've been looking for you. Thank you so much for coming to our show. Now, will someone please put a mic on him? Places.
welcome back to Juice and Java. Today we're going to do some yoga to hopefully channel our inner zen and relax a little bit.
Yes, it's been a long week, so I think we deserve some time just to center our minds and our hearts and calm down for a second.
Absolutely. This week feels like two wrapped into one, so hopefully we'll take some deep breaths like you said and really get some relaxation in.
Yes, let's do it. We deserve this.
Absolutely. So this first pose we're going to do is a plank to an upward facing dog or a cobra. I think it's supposed to like open up like your chest a little bit.
I can use that.
Breath. Yeah, that would be good. So let's get started. So I think first, we are not yoga instructors, by the way.
No.
For actual yoga classes, you can go to the Barn Center.
Yes.
We're just doing this for fun. Okay, so I think you go out into a plank, and then you bring yourself down, and then you push your chest out.
You're a great instructor, Carmella.
Oh, thank you. I think that's the point of yoga, is to just like go with the flow, right?
So the next pose is called the warrior.
Ooh.
We're gonna be midterms warriors.
Absolutely.
So this is right, it's perfect. So we're gonna step to the side.
Okay.
And then lunge out, step out like this. Mm-hmm. Then lunge, and then pull your arms out.
Ooh, that's empowering.
And stretch.
I love the midterm warrior.
Yes.
Can we rename it?
Sure, let's do it.
I love that.
Midterm warrior.
Powering through the stress.
Then after we've been in this for a little bit, we're gonna come up and then step back and always.
The next pose we have for you is the tree pose. Very common. I feel like most people know the tree pose.
Yes.
It's to, I believe, align your center. So you come up and you bring your leg up. In dance, this is a passe. In yoga, I don't know what it is. And your hands come up together. And I believe you can bring them down to the center, like over your heart. And just breathe here. And then bring your leg down. And bring your hands down and do it again for the other side. So arm up with your leg, maybe at the same time. I'm not really sure. And bring your hands down. Serving tree that's falling over to you. That's okay. Unlike trees, we can get back up.
Yes.
Even though trees are resilient.
Ooh,
So are humans.
it's the wisdom for me.
And come down. And then as we did before.
Our last pose is called the mountain pose. So we're gonna step out a little bit, like shoulder width apart, and then just bring your arms up and center yourself. And then we'll bring our arms down. Don't forget to breathe. Thank you for joining us for yoga. Remember to take deep breaths and to keep stretching. We'll be right back after the break.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The latest season of The Bachelor ends without any love. Despite capping off the finale with Matt James giving the final rose to Rachel Kirkconnell, things quickly took a turn for the worse.
Juice and Java correspondent Yaw Bonsu is here to tell us why The Bachelor is quickly becoming more than just your favorite reality show.
Thanks, Caleb. Now, did Justin Bieber's new album come out? Yes. Did the Oscar get nominations announced? Yes. But the biggest story in entertainment actually has nothing to do with entertainment at all. The Bachelor aired its season finale, and you could say fans already know that Rachel got the final rose. However, it was after the final rose that caught people's attention. Back in 2018, pictures of Rachel were seen at an antebellum party. In Latin, antebellum means before the war, in this case the war that freed the slaves. Knowing that The Bachelor is a pre-taped show, you can imagine how much backlash there was considering the fact that Rachel was already rumored to win it. And when it did actually happen, the biggest question remained: are Matt and Rachel still together? The answer was quickly no, and Matt reflected upon why he thought it was a good idea for the two to go their separate ways.
And so when I questioned our relationship, it was on the context of you not fully understanding my blackness and what it means to be a black man in America and what it would mean for our kids.
It's hard hearing those words from someone who, instead of trying to help what he sees as issues, throws away months of trying to find love. But this is less about Matt and more about Rachel. While 3 years may be a little late to apologize for attending a party honoring slavery, she is taking steps towards educating herself and learning more about the wrongs and interactions. According to Rachel, she actually wasn't aware of what the 2018 party symbolized.
I don't think that that's what that stood for. I didn't know that, so it can't be racist because I'm not a racist. And I think that people need to realize that just saying, like, this is normal where I came from or this is common where I came from, that doesn't make it right and that doesn't make it okay.
To quote the host of After the Final Rose, Emmanuel Acho, history is made to be remembered, but not all history is made to be celebrated. Now, there's a difference between being racist, racially insensitive, and racially ignorant. For many, Rachel was all of the above. Despite that, though, Rachel is looking to learn and grow from this experience. And for the fans out there, that's all you can really ask for. Carmella and Caleb, back to you.
Thanks so much, Yao. Coming up, our Juice and Java weather anchor Walker Simmons will give us the 5-day weather forecast.
Stay with us. us at CitrusTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Syracuse.